Hey everybody, Shoeshack Redemption here. Waiting for things to catch up. There we go. Alright, Shoeshack Redemption here. Kick off Season 4 of the Pacers rebuild after the somewhat disappointing finals loss. I mean, I gotta be excited that I made it to the finals. Lost to the Jazz, who are now a completely different team after losing Adrian Dantley in the offseason. Quick rundown of the team here. I know I signed off right after signing Tom Chambers. I traded away Butch Carter for a future first round pick, I think. Is that right? Yeah. And then did a swap of seconds. So got an 88 first, lottery protected, but that's alright. Traded Butch Carter to free up a roster space because since I was a good team, anybody on the free agent list is willing to sign with me for the minimum, which is very nice. It's something I may take advantage of further because there are still some good free agents there, but I want to see how this team does as we move forward. I wasn't super comfortable with my backup power forward situation, so Chambers really makes that better. So here's the team. Starting lineup is the same as last year. It's just people are a little bit better. Stockton and Ewing went up. Everybody else relatively the same. Harper went up as my sixth man. Now we've got Chambers here. Bill Walton came back. Dennis Rodman is my top rookie, who's going to play some rotational minutes here. Kurt Rambis is who I signed to be my backup power forward, but why would I play him when I have Tom Chambers available to me? So he might play if there's an injury. Nymphius is kind of my emergency center if something happens to Ewing or Walton. We got Dunleavy as a third point guard. Corbin we signed up. Drazen was my second draft pick. So he's gonna kind of be I guess, a prospect for a while. I mean, he stayed overseas for a few years in real life, so he doesn't really need to play. Hopefully, he'll get better by even though he's not playing. And we've got Ed Neely back for a second year as a Pacer. So there's the rotation. Things are set. I did mentors, I did training, I finished the 87 draft class, so if you want to come see what things are looking like here so far. I was pretty quick with it because I only had to create a few people. Thankfully, I already had Reggie and Gilliam created for my, or the 91-92 season that I also have uploaded. So really deep roster or draft class here. I mean, you look at these are solid players. You got Muggsy down here, Reggie Lewis, Sarunas, some pretty decent point guards. You can get some fake people. So I had to create Jack Haley and Brad Lowhouse and Ken Norman. Maybe that was it. So went pretty quick, but I think David Robinson will be the consensus number one pick. So I'm not going after the first pick this year because I have Patrick Ewing. I have no need for David Robinson, even though Robinson's technically a little better career-wise, I guess. I don't know. It'll depend on how the season goes. I do have the Spurs pick, so right now it's projected at 7th, simply because that's where they were last year. We'll see where that actually ends up. I think that's the only pick I have. No, I still have my own pick. So I'd like to get rid of that, preferably. I think I already did a trade finder to see if it gets me anything. But I think I'll keep it to see at the trade deadline if there's anybody I want to attach it to, right? I mean, trading picks for picks at this point would be kind of weird. I guess I've done it before, but don't really know what the teams are going to do. I guess I could look at rosters and see just to trade for future picks. But my pick's not going to be worth that much. But I was thinking, like, who knows? I have expiring contracts for both Derek Harper and Dale Ellis, and neither of them want to sign with me. So If I want to guarantee getting something for them, I could trade them at the deadline. It'll be risky because they're very key to my team, but I also don't want to lose them for nothing. So we'll probably hold on to my pick till the deadline. So let's see. I think we're good to go. So as per the usual, we'll go a week at a time, check the stats along the way, and yeah, take a break to fill in the rotation anytime somebody gets hurt. I think I have. Is there anybody else I want to make untouchable? I don't think so. Maybe Rodman for now. That's probably a good idea. I put Dale as a target list. Dominique will be a free agent as well, so hey, why not? Here we go. First two games are wins. We won by 3 and then won by 25. So beating the Cavs. Looking through the rosters, I know I looked through them, I think, at the end of the last video as well. There are some teams with heavy amount of fake people. I'm not sure why they went with fake people, especially when some of them have cap space. They didn't necessarily have to sign people to the minimum, and there, as you saw, there were plenty of real people on the free agent list. So I'm not sure. All right, so here's Rodman's first game. He didn't score, got 6 boards in 13 minutes, a couple turnovers, shot once. Yeah, we'll see what he does. Lots of guys in double figures here. Tom Chambers' first game as a Pacer, not so great. But the core of the team looking good. Game 2, gave the Sixers their first loss of the year. One thing I'm also going to be looking at is in the fourth quarter, because if you recall in the playoffs, it seems like I lost almost every fourth quarter. So one of the coaches I signed in the offseason has the badge where it's players do perform better in the fourth quarter. I forget how it's worded, but I'm hoping that impacts something and I can see a difference. But maybe it'll be more impactful in the playoffs because I was really good in the season, and then playoffs were decent until the Jazz were a problem for me. So Stockton with a great game. Dale Ellis there. Rodman gets his first 2 points, only 2 rebounds, a couple assists this time. For the Sixers, we got Dr. J on his way down. He's 36, 82 overall. We got Moses, now 31, 92 still. Kenny Carr came over from the Blazers, so that's a big pickup. Did they just sign him? Was he one of the guys on the free agent list? He might have been. He sure was. So I'm guessing these are the good teams. Oh no, these might be the good teams where, same for me with Chambers, they were willing to sign for the minimum. So Clippers get Banks. Sixers get Carr. Suns got John Drew, who I think was at the top of that list. Albert King to the Bulls. And James Edwards to the Blazers, who I think he played for at some point in his career. So, interesting. Here we go, week 2. 3 wins. The Bulls were a good test. They've been decent. I scored 140 points. This is a very high firepower team, especially when 4 people scored 23 or more points. That's cool. Ewing's looking great. Dale Ellis only missed 1 shot, made a couple threes. Stockton, if he could do that every game, he doesn't have to shoot 10 free throws necessarily, or get 5 fouls. Okay, so maybe not that every game. But he doesn't need to score a lot, but 12 assists is wonderful. Walton didn't score. Reggie Theus. So this was somebody, I did go through and fix numbers. I fixed positions for a few people, so either based on the makeup of the team, like in this case, Reggie Theus, they needed a starting point guard. They did draft McMillan, who I guess could start, but they didn't have somebody else. And I'd rather it be Theus starting with Danny Ainge in this case than them potentially playing a fake person as a backup point guard. So I adjusted some positions as well. All right. Next, the Bullets, who are 2 and 3. They've got Barkley now. Ooh, he's off to a great start. I've been wondering when he's going to kind of explode from a scoring standpoint. I was afraid Jeff Malone. Okay, his scoring settled down a little bit. McDaniel's not scoring as much so far, but they've only played, what, 5 games? So, hoping Barkley takes over at some point. Kellogg's been great. Ewing with a 2020 game. Stockton with 18. Rodman, I'd rather him have more games like not scoring and getting lots of rebounds in his 12 minutes, but whatever. As long as he's getting playing time, he should be getting better. Bulls are 2-4. Marquise Johnson leading the team. Ewing only had 6 rebounds. He fouled out, though. Kellogg 15 points. So, really, the scoring was kind of weird in this one. Got 8 rebounds for Bill Walton. Let's keep going. 3 home games. First loss goes to the Knicks. I don't think they're very good. I don't remember them picking up anybody. They still only have Bernard King, I'm pretty sure. So, interesting team to lose to. Ewing 20-12. Oh, 23 assists. Also 7 turnovers. He was dishing it all over the place. That might be a career high. He's also averaging 13 assists a game and shooting 63%. That's beautiful. Michael Jordan's already scored 48 points this season. Patrick Ewing got 18 defensive rebounds at some point. That might have been that 21 rebound game I just looked at. So Magic Johnson has 25 so far, but Stockton got 23 as a career high. Cool. 9 assists also for Derek Harper. This time Barkley only had 14. Not averaging 19 anymore. All right, the Knicks are 2-6. Why are we losing? Nobody fouled out. I did not shoot very well. Dale Ellis was 3 for 19. Oh my, stop shooting if you're not making them. There are plenty of other people that can shoot the ball. So King and John Long. So picked up a decent. I think he was on the free agent list too. Is that true? Yes. Okay, so they're still signing people. John Long to the Knicks, Sunvold to the Nuggets, Donaldson to the Cavs, Eaton to the Spurs. This is making things interesting. The Spurs are who drafted Brad Daugherty as well. They already had Artis Gilmore, so wondering how they're going to play those 3 guys. Celtics were a big test. They're only 3-5 though. Beat them by 13. 3 guys with 20 again. Ellis with 11 rebounds. Pretty good. Bird had 27, so he's 29 years old now. Not scoring as much as he has. He's been very consistent. 25 point something all 3 years. See if he can get back up to that. Their team has like barely changed. They got Sobers this year. And he's playing 15. He might have taken Danny Ainge's spot if Ainge was on the team last year. They got Tony Brown. All right, now we got 3 away games. We hopefully can get revenge on the Knicks here. We'll see. We did, big time. Only by 46, you know. So they're 2-10. My one loss is to a team that's 2-10, but we annihilated them here. We held Bernard King to only 15, so that's key. Patrick Ewing with 38. That might be the most he's gotten so far. I'll have to check. Rodman with 6 rebounds. Let's see here. Game highs. 38, career high. Cool. How's he doing average-wise? Up 5 points per game, up almost 2 rebounds, getting another assist. His blocks are still high. He's shooting even, like, much better. Oh boy, Patrick Ewing's going to be someone to deal with in this league. All right, then, so we won by 46, and then we won by 40. I'm wondering how close that is to an NBA record. Winning by 86 points in back-to-back games. Birdsong played 43 minutes, I guess because Cook fouled out. I think this was a team that only had 6 real people, unfortunately, unless they signed somebody in the meantime. But Birdsong, Williams, Cook, Dawkins, Kelly, and Greeby, I believe, are their 6 real people. Which somebody played 31 minutes It didn't score. It's kind of sad. All right, Patrick Ewing, 7 assists and 6 blocks. Okay, don't expect that every game, but I'll take it. Kellogg also had 8 assists. We get lots of assists here. Ellis fouled out. I'm pretty impressed so far with this lineup. We beat the Bucks by 8. Woolridge is their new addition. He's averaging 22.5 points per game. So he was the main support of Michael Jordan in Chicago, and he left for the division rival. So I am curious what it will look like in Chicago now. Stockton, that's rare for him to lead my team in points. But there he is. Let's see how Marquise is doing. His scoring is on par with what he did last year. Rebounding's down a bit. I think he did go down 1 overall from last year, or in the offseason, which at age 30, it's reasonable, I suppose, especially when a team has this many scoring options. Clark Kellogg fouled out in 6 minutes. I almost missed that. Or 8 minutes, I mean. 2 points, 6 fouls. I guess he couldn't guard. So they're starting Webb, Moncrief, Woolridge, and Truck Robinson. I hope it wasn't Truck Robinson. They didn't really have anybody shoot a lot of free throws. I don't know why he's fouling so much. All right, we played the Knicks for a 3rd time in 3 weeks. So we're just getting all those out of the way, I guess. Here we go. 4 more wins. Dale Ellis is hurt. So first injury comes about a month into the season. And we've got to figure out who pops in here for Dale Ellis. I'm thinking it'll be Derek Harper. That probably makes the most sense. Then Marquise becomes small forward, as I really wish he would be. The only reason I have him small forward instead of Ellis is Johnson's much faster and a bit better defender, so I'd rather him be on a guard than Ellis be on a guard. So let's move him down. I think Rodman will be able to play a little bit more now. And who else is going to play? Probably need a guard. Dunleavy could come in and play some point guard probably. Let's see. We'll get to the rotation and work through it. I'm gonna save Petrovic there. Let's give him the minutes for now. Load in this rotation that hopefully I saved. That looks right. And then switch these guys for now. All right, so this is going to be Harper, so anywhere they're in together, that needs to be switched. I'll just start here. And then we need Harper finishing the game. He's not playing small forward anywhere. 32 minutes doesn't look too bad. For an 80, I think he's 85 is what it said. He's up 1 already in the season. Missing a small forward here. Let's give it to Rodman. Dunleavy's not going to play any shooting guard. So let's do that and get Chambers a few more minutes. I was trying to limit how often Kellogg's playing small forward, but it's really the only way to get Chambers minutes. So that's how that has to work. Let's do that. Something similar here. Shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and shooting guard. Probably want Rodman near the end, so a couple more minutes. So he's up to 18. He was at 12 before. I haven't looked at his stats to see if he deserves those minutes, but for now, it's what's going to happen. I could give Johnson another minute because he was there before. Maybe take 1 there. I think that's looking good. Maybe Stockton. Let's do Stockton another minute. Let's do right there at the end of the third. So 33. All right, save this. I don't think I have a no Ellis lineup, so get something new here. All right, so let's see if Rodman earned 5 extra minutes. He is shooting 56%. Per 36, averaging 9 points, 11 rebounds, a steal, and a block and a half. So, yeah, there's no reason he can't play some more. Give Chambers a couple more minutes. He looks to be doing well. He's not shooting as well as he did before with the Sonics, but per 36, almost 18 points, 6.5 rebounds, getting more blocks than he ever has. I'm not sure what's up with that, but I won't complain. And Harper's starting now, shooting 49%. Scoring lots more. He's playing barely more than he did last year, but scoring 3 more points per 36, getting more assists. His threes, I'm guessing he hasn't shot that many to be 62%. 8 for 13, that's quite a few actually already, so cool. All right, let's get back to simulation here. I guess I didn't look at these games yet, so we got to look at those. Pistons beat them by 3. They're 6 and 8. When I looked at progression, I think he was the biggest surprise. The fact that Isaiah went down 1. He was a 95. I'm not sure why he's going down at age 25 unless he had like an injury last year or something, which it doesn't look like he's been hurt at all. He hasn't missed a game, so kind of weird. Their team's mostly the same. They traded for Larry Drew during the draft. They traded their draft pick for him. All right. See how things went before Ellis got hurt. Another big win. 35-point win on the Hawks, who are 9 and 7. Kellogg with a 30-point game. Stockton, 16 assists. Dale Ellis gets some random rebounds. He's averaging 6 rebounds a game consistently. I'm playing him a little bit more than I did last year. He's shooting even better. He doesn't seem like the person I would trade. Because he brings something different to my team. 3-point shooting. Harper's like my best perimeter defender, but I don't know. I guess he could take Marquise Johnson's spot, potentially. That's a thought. Johnson's a free agent as well and kind of on the decline. And I don't need somebody who scores as much as him. I'm going to have a tough choice here. Also, Dennis Rodman just got 0 rebounds in 12 minutes. Very weird. There's the number 1 pick of the 86th draft, Arvydas Sabonis, averaging 15 points, 6.5 rebounds, playing 30 minutes a game. Kind of cool to see what a prime Sabonis would have done if he came over when he was actually drafted. Is he taking points away from... No, he's not hurting Dominique's stats at all. Wow, 33 points per game. Alrighty. They have a second-year Terry Porter. This will be an interesting team. They've got a pretty young core. Beat the Clippers by 10. They're 8 and 8. Stockton, second time leading my team in points. Rodman 7 rebounds. Walton gets quite a few assists, it seems. He's playing a little less than he did last year. But I actually looked up. So in 86-87 for the Celtics, he averaged, I think, 12 minutes a game. So it's not too far off. It looks kind of sad for an 81 overall, but he's 34 years old and just wants a championship. Although, I guess he already has one, right? Yeah, 77. He wants another championship 10 years later. Almost 10 years later. I guess by the time I get to the playoffs, it will be 10 years later. All right, Karl Malone. Holy moly, 42 minutes. He scored 32 points. Is he starting now? He is starting. Does that mean they are benching Cummings, or is he's starting at small forward potentially? Yes, they're starting Nixon, Pierce, Cummings at small forward, Karl Malone, And they drafted Rasmussen with the 10th pick last year. They had the 7th and 10th picks. Interesting team to watch for. That's the team that signed Banks. That makes no sense. They have Cummings and Malone, and they sign a power forward who's like, for some reason, better than Karl Malone, but whatever. Then we barely beat the Knicks by 2. Thankfully, we won the fourth quarter, so it was a comeback win. John Stockton ties his career high, 23 assists for the second time this year. This year. This was when Ellis got hurt. He played half his minutes and only scored 2 points. Looks like Harper took some of the minutes. Johnson did. Yeah, kind of spread it across the team. Bernard King with 31. He's still a scoring machine for New York. He's shooting even better than the 60% he's done in the past 3 years. They drafted AC Green last year with the 11th pick. Do they have a rookie this year? Dawkins. 14 points, 6 assists. He was the 5th pick. All right, we're finishing off the first month here of year 4. We get to do some scouting. We'll just go down the list here, make sure we're getting everybody that's real. Dale Ellis is already back. I thought it said 2 to 4 weeks or something, but that was like not even a full week. Maybe my staff is just that good. All right, I assume he is able to be injured again. It says recovery duration 3 days. Well, it was 1 day early from projection. So that says 1985. What? So that's not the injury he just had? Why am I seeing an injury from last year? I don't know. Okay, well, I don't usually look at that. Thought maybe it would be helpful, but I was wrong. Okay, well, Rodman can keep some minutes. I think we'll let Ellis kind of slowly get back into it here. Take a few minutes away from him. He was at 28 last year. We'll take it back down to 28. Let's give Rodman one there. And we could do Chamber. No, we can't. Where can somebody else come in for Dale Ellis? It could be here. If I want to give another one to Johnson, sure. Why not? Alright, so Rodman goes back down. How did Dunleavy do in his, 2 games? He didn't score. Well, he scored, he just didn't make a field goal. So not super impressive there. Mike, how old is he now? 32. Alright. And one more game for this week is another victory. So we're starting off 17-1. I don't remember what I started off last year. I remember being like 34-7. For some reason rings a bell. So barely beat the Sixers, who are a good team, 12-6. They've been a little bit disappointing in the last couple of years, I think. So here's where Dunleavy entered the rotation. Got 5 assists, pretty good for 16 minutes. Derek Harper with another big assist game. Ewing with a big 30-point game. So Dr. J leads their team again. They got Ron Harper with the 10th pick, who I imagine is not starting. No, not starting. And then that means Alvin Robertson probably still is. Yep. They got a couple young shooting guards. See how they evolve. Beat the Bulls again. They're only 7-12. So again, they lost their second best player in Orlando Woolridge. They did sign Albert King, who's not quite as good as him, but same position, decent player. Looks like they've had Watley as their starting point guard this whole time. They've had Corzine the whole time. They've not really made any changes to build around Michael Jordan. It's not looking like a great team. They just signed Ron Anderson in the offseason. He's barely playing. They need to make a splash, either in free agency or trade, or if they could draft somebody, like Scottie Pippen or maybe Horace Grant. That'd be neat. Tom Chambers, it's the first time he's led my team. So he's averaging 11 now. Still not shooting as well as he has. Stockton with 20 and 11. Good looking game. And then we beat the Hawks by 16, who are just above 500. Dominique scoring lots again, still averaging 33 points a game. Sabonis, he was 1 for 11. That's very rare. He's shooting 54%, so he's had amazing games, and I held him to 1 for 11. So nice job, Patrick Ewing. Battle of the last two #1 picks, averaging 23 and 10, shooting 57%. Wow. All right, let's go look. It's been a month. Any trades? Nothing's happened there. Any big injuries? Fake guy who's not on a team has torn his ACL. I don't understand. Unless maybe that was from the summer league, and he's still out. That could be. There's the guy I traded. It took me so long. He was the one of the last two remaining original Pacers with Clark Kellogg. I just traded him for a first-round pick, and now he's broken his back. So I guess good call. Fake guy, Ed Pinkney, who's in his second year after being traded to the Kings. Mo Cheeks is hurt. He's hurt his foot. Okay, let's look at some awards. Clark Kellogg was the first player of the week. Patrick Ewing was there. It's a pretty cool list of people. Player of the month, also pretty cool. Jim Paxson getting player of the month. Rookie of the month. So the #1 pick, Arvidas, did not get it for October. John Williams, who I didn't think was going to play too much because he's on the same team with Barkley and Mahorn. Interesting. Brad Doherty, he was the third pick, I believe, and Len Bias, kind of neat to be able to see what he will do or would have done had he been able to play in the NBA. Okay, what else do I want to look at? Mock draft. Here we go. I don't see the Pacers up there, so the Spurs must be better than they were last year. Kind of interesting to see what the Rockets would do if they get the #1 pick, because they still have Ralph Sampson. They missed out on Hakeem Olajuwon in '84, but maybe they get Robinson and then do something with Sampson. That's awesome. I just joked about that, but if the Bulls can get Scottie Pippen, that'd be neat. Derek McKee, Gilliam, Kenny the Jet to the Jazz. So the Jazz are not doing well. That is it's an '88 pick that I traded Butch Carter for, so that's looking like a smart idea. The Bulls do have 2 first-round picks. They really could, depending on where players fall, they could get Pippen and Grant. That would be just amazing. Reggie to the Warriors. Be cool if I could find a way to get him. Right now it would take a trade from like Derek Harper to be able to do that. But I'd be trying to get probably a top 5 pick to ensure I could get him. Oh my gosh, they have a third one. They have the Knicks pick, the Nuggets, and their own. Muggsy, Mark Jackson, and Pippen. I don't know that they need 2 of the top point guards, but can they get Horace Grant instead? Hobson, who played for the Bulls too, I think. Here I am, 19th. What are the Spurs doing? They're supposed to be bad. Greg Anderson, and then I have the best record, so not looking like a good draft opportunity for the Pacers. I would imagine I'm first here. The Sixers are 12 and 6. In the West, the Mavericks are 14 and 6. So the Lakers are not the best team in the West right now. Interesting. All right, let's keep on moving here. The goal here is to get to the All-Star break tonight. So let's keep it going. Another loss. So we lost our second game now to the Bullets, this one by 3. Both losses have been within 10 points. So I lost by 8 to the Knicks, and now 3 to the Bullets. Both to not good teams. So not sure what's up with that. Guess we're not taking them seriously enough. Tom Chambers fouled out off the bench with 16 minutes. Rodman, 1 rebound. It's kind of weird to see him not getting as many rebounds, but he also isn't quite as good as he's going to be at them, I imagine. So, where's Barkley? Only 6 points for Charles. He's still averaging more than he has, so it's nice to see him progressing. So let's see what John Williams is doing. He got Rookie of the Month. So he's only shooting 39%. That's not very good. So I'm surprised he got it over Sabonis. 17-point win over the Pistons. Marquise Johnson leading the team. 19 rebounds. 16 assists. Good stats there. Chambers didn't have a good game. 7 boards for Rodman. There we go. 7 rebounds in 12 minutes. That's Rodman-like. And against the team that really wanted him. So Bill Laimbeer is still just dominant on the boards. 14 rebounds a game, better than ever. Oh my. Getting more blocks too. And more points. So Bill Laimbeer's having just a career year. And then beating the Spurs, that's good. I need them to lose a lot. It doesn't help that they have a much better Chris Mullin now. He's averaging 19 points a game. Is Iceman still? He's averaging 19 still at age 34. And they've got Mike Mitchell. So their wings. Is Mullin not starting? Who's not starting? It is Chris Mullin. He's their 6th man playing 31 minutes a game. That's craziness. It does look like they're starting Doherty over Gilmore. Oh, he's down to 75. Is he hurt? Yes, okay. I was going to say, I don't think he's that bad. He's still an 80-something, I thought. Did he get hurt in this game? No, I mean, that's pretty much what he's been playing, 19 minutes a game. And there's Eaton that they signed. So they're even playing Eaton more than Gilmore. So Gilmore must be like an 80. Huh. Interesting. Whoops, I didn't look at my team. 36 and 16. Derek Harper. He's not getting 20 points all too often, but he's super consistent, I feel like. It will be interesting to do a trade finder at some point to see what that could get me. So now we've got, was that an away game? Yes, it was. So 5 more to make it 6 straight away games. 2 weeks on the road. And the Mavericks have the top record in the West. The Rockets are the worst in the West. The Jazz were not very good either. So hopefully we win at least 3 of these, but maybe all of them. But first, let's scout. Scout. There we go. Bill Walton is hurt a sore right ankle. I'm going to let it go through to this day to see. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to take time doing my rotation if I'm just going to go back and reset it in 2 days. So, glad I did that. Beat the Rockets by 7 there. Just looking terrible, but this was the team I was saying looks really exciting from a future standpoint because they have Sampson, they have Thorpe, they have Chuck Person, who they just drafted with the 2nd pick, they have Scott Skiles, who they just drafted as well, and Joe Dumars, who was terrible and maybe got hurt, or is he not? He's not starting. Who are they starting? Elo? Why is Craig Elo starting? Oh my gosh, he's 2 better than Dumars. But still, you didn't start him last year. Why is he starting this year? That's kind of silly. No wonder they're losing. All right, 26. Is that a career high? Not quite. 27 is a career high. Dominique scored 52 at some point. Oh boy. 22 rebounds for Laimbeer. Huh. All right. Johnson fouled out in 10 minutes, so we got some extra minutes for some people. including Harper with 32. Stockton played 39. Whoop on the Mavericks by 29. So that was the best team in the West when I just looked at the standings. They do have many former Pacers that I've traded to them. Herb Williams in his second year now in Dallas. They have Seasting, who I traded after the first season. They have Stefanovic, who I also traded after the first season. And I did trade Robert Reed to them, but I think he's still on the free agent list, so no, he's not on a team. Mark Aguirre was, I thought did they re-sign him? No, maybe he was already under contract. For some reason I remembered seeing him on the free agent list, but his points are down a little bit. Blackman's up a little bit. All right, Pacers, Kellogg 28-10, Ewing 28-16. Another good game. Ellis not so much, 3 for 12. Oh, his 3-point percentage. What happened? 31. I did forget to give his minutes back, didn't I? I didn't give him his 2 more, but I gave one to Rodman, who's went down a little bit, and one to Johnson, who's really good. I don't know. If Ellis isn't going to make his threes, I don't want him having those minutes back. The Kings are good. Oh my gosh, 37 points. He is averaging 20.7. Wow. He was the 4th pick, so he was second in real life to the Celtics, and unfortunately died just after the draft. But not in this reality. He is going strong. They've got interesting looking team. It's kind of fun to see McMillan, Shrimp, and Perkins in the same roster. You fast forward, 8-9 years, and they should be in Seattle. Kellogg and Ewing again leading the way. I haven't really looked at Kellogg. Still averaging 20 points. His rebounds are down, but that's because Ewing's taking more of them. His assists are way too far up. I guess I need to take that tendency down, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm kind of afraid. I'm hesitant to change anything when I'm winning. 13 assists for my point guard and my backup point guard. Let's get through. We've got games on Christmas Eve and Christmas. We will not be home for Christmas. We are in Utah to Denver, and then back the next day. Oh, yeah. Win by 27 and 31. Alrighty. The Jazz are 7 and 21. So they lost Dantley. So Griffith, yeah, he's scoring even more than he did before. Bailey's up to 20 points. Cartwright's not scoring more. They re-signed Ricky Green. He's not doing much more. These guys were both on my team last year. Barely played, but they were on my team. They did not make up for the fact that Dantley signed with the Warriors, I believe. Because Purvis Short left for Phoenix. 6 blocks for Ewing. How's Bill doing? He's shooting worse. He's not saying he's retiring yet, so that's, I guess, good, because he's still solid, for me anyway. Alright, let's get through, let's just go to here. We've got to scout some more people. I'll just go by position now to check the real people. Let's ask you Lee, Sarunas, Norman Gamble Royal, Frank Anderson, Lowhouse, Haley. Boom. Alright, first trade offer of the year. John Concack and a first. The Blazers are good, or they should be anyway, because they have Olajuwon and Drexler at 90-something overall each. So unless one of them got hurt, there's no way that pick's worth anything good. I mean, that is 4 years from now, so anything could happen, but I don't think that's what I want to do. Another one, so that is Jim Paxson, who, wow, and a first round pick for, oh, it's for the Spurs. Well, no, I don't think I want to do that, but let's just look at it. Let's just look at it, because Jim Paxson's a good player. He's actually a year younger than Johnson. I don't think he's the defender Johnson is, and he has a player option for next year. Johnson is a free agent. I'm guessing Paxson will want more than that, so we'll probably decline his option. The Nuggets shouldn't be that good. Let's look here to see. Looks like more L's than W's to me. That is 89. That's 2 more years. So 3 draft classes from now. Let's look at his defending. Close in mid-range, 90, 84. So similar shooters. Perimeter defense, 77. Lateral quickness, 74. 78. 75. So similar there. Defensive consistency, 84. I think Johnson's actually faster than him as well. 70. Wow. Yeah, but he is faster. That's an interesting one. Because that pick could be really good. This pick is not looking so good. Johnson's going to be a free agent, but he's been such a good player for my team. He's a good mix of offense and defense. Yeah, it'd be hard to trade him. I got to decline that one. Let's simulate that one. All right, 26-2. Beat the Cavs by 14. They're not very good. Chambers leads the team in scoring. We've got Harper down here with 9 assists again. He has 9 assists a lot, I feel like. He's averaging 7 assists a game in 26, almost 27 minutes. Nice. World be free. Oh, his scoring's way down. He's playing less as part of it. All right, how are the Celtics doing? I barely beat them. They're 19-12. Did Bird's average go up? It did go up a little bit. Thankfully, he's not getting quite as many as assists as he has before. It was kind of scary how he's getting 9 assists a game. Mikhail's scoring's down a little bit. Parrish is scoring a little more than he did last year. Dennis Johnson, a little more each year. And then Kellogg with a double-double. Stockton with a double-double. Ewing only 14-4. He fouled out in 22 minutes. Nice. All right, we went another month. Let's check out any notes here. So Thornton for Olberding and a swap of seconds. I don't think that's really improving either team by much. Kyle Macy's hurt. One of the 6 real people on the Nets is hurt. That's not good for them. They got a fake guy hurt too. Award races. So Patrick Ewing's second in the MVP running right now. Lakers got 2 guys up here. Worthy's averaging almost 28 points. Holy moly. And Magic's averaging 24. So Kareem has gone down. So I'm guessing he's scoring less. They still have Scott and Cooper, I believe. They're just going crazy. We've seen Dominique and Bird. So Lynn Bias actually leading the way in Rookie of the Year because he's averaging 21 points. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it because the Kings don't have a very good roster at the top, scoring-wise. Ron Harper averaging 15 points a game. There's 6 man. So Byron Scotch averaging 21 points too. So everybody in the Lakers is averaging lots. Not sure what's going on there. Chris Mullin, that makes sense because he's playing lots of minutes. Sam Bowie's interesting. And John Williams as a rookie. Patrick Ewing up there, Defensive Player of the Year. He was there for a while last year, but Olajuwon ended up passing him like at the end of the season. Most Improved. I'm not sure this is a most improved sort of thing, but hey, if he gets it, then good for him. I could see Bailey. He's up 6 points, and yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go here. Ewing got another Player of the Week. Player of the Month goes to Bird and Drexler. John Williams gets another Rookie of the Month. I don't know what's happening there. All-Star voting. Hopefully Ewing and Kellogg, maybe even Stockton. I should have a lot of people up there. So we've got Magic and Clyde leading the way for the West in the backcourt. Front court, Worthy, Dantley here. So he moves to Golden State, and he's averaging even more than he did in Utah because he doesn't have to compete with Daryl Griffith for the ball. Olajuwon, he's averaging quite consistent with what he's done. He's playing less for some reason now that he's 94 overall. Let him play, guys. Purvis Short and Phoenix is not averaging as much, but they have quite a few scoring options, I believe. All right, in the East, Stockton and Marquise Johnson, 4th and 6th. Is it possible to get 4 All-Stars? We may find out. If they can stay healthy, this team should have a chance of getting 4 All-Stars. Oh my gosh, my 6th man's even in the running, 10th. Derek Harper. So Johnson, I mean, it would help if one of them was already a starter, but that's not possible. There's no way Stockton is passing Michael Jordan. We've got Jordan averaging 27. That's down a little bit, actually. And Isaiah leading the way. The front court, I also don't have anybody starting. So Ewing's probably not getting up there. Bernard King's got too much of a fan following. Bird and Wilkins are ridiculous. So it doesn't look like Kellogg would make it either. He was my all-star last year. I think that's right. Yep. He got second team All-NBA as well. So he's kind of fallen down the pecking order now that Ewing is just dominating, but I'm fine with that. Let's look at mock draft now. Hopefully the Spurs have gotten worse since I just looked at this. So now the Jazz have moved to the worst team. David Robinson potentially going to Utah. Pippen potentially to Houston. The Bulls must have gotten a little better. Or no, that's the Knicks pick. The Knicks have gotten a little better. So they got 4th, 7th, and 8th. Kevin Johnson, Mark Jackson, and Reggie Miller. I mean, if they keep all 3 of their picks, this is going to be huge for Michael Jordan. I don't know that they should get all guards to put with him, but maybe a point guard and a big guy like Horace Grant. I'm just going to keep saying that. So the Spurs did get a little worse. That's good. I'd like to keep moving that pick up. And my pick is just never going to be good because my team's too good. Standings, 26 and 2. So the Sixers are really, really good. I was a little afraid with Dr. J going down that they were going to be on their way down. So I don't think they've been. Where's the history? Right here. Yeah, they were 35 and 47. They were decent the first year. 54 and 28. 52 and 30. Those are good seasons. 35 and 47. I don't know what happened because I don't think anybody was hurt. And in the West, Lakers now have the best, so 20 and 9. All right, I'm going to go. I think I'm just going to get to the trade deadline before I start messing with any potential offers. So let's just get through another week here, I suppose. Here we go. 4 more wins. Bill Walton has some shin splints. That's fine with me because that means Kurt Rambis can play since he was originally signed to play. Who would be center between... It says Chambers plays small forward, so I guess it's Kurt Rambis. We might give Ewing another minute or 2 here as well. I think this is where Dale Ellis will get his minutes back since I just loaded that rotation. Let's switch these guys. Alright, so we can give any power forward minutes we can give to Chambers, which I guess those are the only 2, and I want to give 1 more minute to Mr. Ewing. Let's do it somewhere. Let's let him play even more in the fourth. Something like that. I'm not going to save that because it's not super hard to redo. So Chambers got a little more playing time. Ewing did as well. Cool. All right, we did win all 4 games. Up to 30-2. Beat the Pistons by 12. They're not doing so well. Really not a great scoring game here. Very even, though. Pistons had 8 points in the third quarters. Played some good defense there. Isaiah did score. Bill Laimbeer with 19 boards. Beat the Bucks by 12. They're pretty good. 2 threes for Dale Ellis. Somebody fouled out. Oh, 2 guys fouled out. Johnson in 17 minutes, Ewing in 31, only with 8 points. That's not so great. Rodman with a couple blocks. For the Bucks, we got Bridgman and Woolridge. Moncrief, not so great. He's scoring less now. He's 91 overall and only averaging 16 points a game. I guess Woolridge is taking his shots because he's averaging 23 points per game. Oh my. For the Warriors, beat them by 11. They're 15-20. We've got Bill Walton down there with 7 rebounds. He's shooting a little better. That's good because that was at 43-point-something%, I think. Good game. Dantley's up there going crazy. So Joe Barry's average really wasn't hurt that much. He's getting more rebounds. Did Sleepy's average has gone down. So I was wondering who's Dantley taking the shots from. It looks like it's Sleepy Floyd. Yeah. They still got Jerry Reynolds. He's not shooting very well. And we beat the Knicks by 17. So still not sure why that's one of my losses there in the beginning of the season. Lost to the Knicks, who are 11-23. Maybe it's just what the team needed to know that they're not immortal. Ewing with the double-double yet again. 7 blocks as well. Kellogg was good. 0.7 rebounds. I'm fine with those sorts of games by Rodman. Maybe get a steal or a block or both or something, and we are in business. All right, we got a week and a half till the trade deadline. Here we go. Speaking of trades, Kenny Fields and a second for Rambus. No thanks. We need to scout some more people. I guess I probably could have done this from the main screen. And there we go. Another trade offer, Randy Brewer for Nympheus, no thanks. Another trade offer, Jeff Lamp for Rambus, no thanks. Bill Walton's back. All right, let's see how Rambus did in his minutes. He did not make a bucket. What is wrong with these guys that are getting opportunities? Oops, cannot score a basket. I know it's not all about scoring. And Rambus, I mean, he does other things, I guess, but. All right, I am going to kind of slowly get Walton back into it as well. We'll give Chambers these because Chambers is doing very well. I'm going to let Nympheus be in front of Rambus there. Yeah, Chambers deserves those minutes. Is he still happy? He is happy. I was kind of afraid that because he's not starting, he's not scoring as much, he's not playing as much, that he might not be so happy, but I guess winning matters to him. It does say important. Also says finance security is very important, but he signed for the minimum, so maybe not so much. All right, get these games done. LaSalle Thompson and Reggie Theus. Well, 280s, it's very rare, I feel like, to see that sort of trade offer. And for somebody who has 1 year left, that's probably a good trade offer, but I don't want to change this team like that right now. Because like I said, I kind of want to keep Johnson. Big wins. Won by 20, 9, 35, and 29. Did I say 20? I meant 40. think I said 20. Just annihilated the Bucks. All right. We got 3 guys with 20 points, almost 4 guys with 20 points. Patrick Ewing was not one of them. 14. Stockton was not great shooting, but 14 assists is good. Beat the Hawks. Kellogg. Kurt Rambis, look at that. Was that his first game, or did he play this one? He played this one. 1.1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block. Is that stat sheet stuffing? I'm not sure. All right, how's Sabonis doing now? 15 and 8. That seems, every time I look, it's better than what John Williams does. So why does John Williams keep getting Rookie of the Month? Pistons still don't have a winning record. Held Isaiah to just 13. Lambeer didn't get 19 rebounds this time, though. Got 6 guys in double figures. Very nice. This was when Walton came back. And then beating the freaking Celtics by 29 is a big deal. We beat them by 20 in the fourth quarter. Wow. That was a test. 5 steals for Johnny. Nicely done. Wow. Parrish fouled out in 18 minutes. McHale fouled out in 22. Jim Peterson fouled out in 18. I'm guessing he was only playing those minutes because these other guys fouled out. Oh, all right. Let's get to the deadline here. Another offer. I saw E. Johnson and M. Johnson and thought Magic Johnson was on the screen. No, that's Eddie Johnson and World Be Free. Wow. It is interesting to think what Marquise Johnson could get me then if I do a trade finder on him. I mean, you look at Eddie Johnson, who's 83. He doesn't have a terrible contract. World Be Free, who has also on a 1-year deal. He's 81. He is 33 years old, so okay. Really not a terrible trade, because Eddie Johnson's probably not getting worse yet. But I'm not ready to do that right now. All right, a 38-point win puts me at 35 and 2 at the trade deadline. Dale Ellis with 30 points. His 3-point percentage is back up, not quite to 40 where it's been so far in his career. He's not averaging as much. It says he's ready for a contract extension, so I think I'm going to do that. I haven't looked at that. Oops. I wonder if Derek Harper says that now. Because that's another option, is if I give people extensions, I can then trade them potentially during the draft or in the off season. That's a thought. Do I do that with Marquise Johnson as well? Well, let's go find out. Any transactions of note? Yes, George Johnson and a second to the Nuggets for a top 10 protected first and a fake guy. Okay. Sidney Green now broke his ankle, so he was one of the supporting cast for Jordan's Bulls. He's out. I just want to look at these again while I'm in here. Kellogg's now in the MVP race. That shows how much team record helps, I think. Rookie of the Year, still Len Bias leading the way. 6th man, Derek Harper is finally in it. Let's see. He is not willing to sign. So I think he would be the guy on the trade block. He's a great defender, but he's going to be at a point where he needs to start for somebody. He's 86 overall. He's not starting over John Stockton. He technically could take over for either Marquise Johnson if I don't re-sign him, or Dale Ellis if I don't re-sign him. Or Ellis maybe moves to a 6th man. I don't know. I guess it's a good problem to have that I have too many good people on the team. Let's just go see if... Alright, who's willing? So Marquise Johnson will resign. It says expected 1.3. Oh my gosh, a 4-year deal is the only option for him. And it has to be with Bird. Oh my god, no. Sorry, Marquise. I may look to resign you, but I'm not giving you a 4-year deal when you're 30 years old. If I use my previous logic, I could do it and then just trade him if it's not working out, but I don't really like that. Why does Dale Ellis only want 650? He's 26 years old, so he'll only take a 3-year deal. I think I'm willing to do that. I think that he will probably take. So let's go ahead with that. All right, Derek Harper is testing, and nobody else is eligible. Okay, so now the fun. Let's go see what Derek Harper and my first, which is not good, gets me. I think it was a 2-star when I was doing it before the season, so it's actually gone down in value because they know for sure how good I am. So Cage in a first, Woolridge in a first, Jeff Malone in a first, Kevin Willis. Wow, Kevin Willis. That doesn't really fit on my team. Ewan Kellogg. Thurl Bailey in a first. I mean, the Jazz are, at least they were the worst team in the league. So a 91 pick, I guess, I don't know. They could be good by then, especially if they get David Robinson this year. LaSalle in a first. Oh, Byron Scott. But the Lakers will still be good, so that's not much better than my own pick. And he's also a free agent. Wow. If he had 2 years, that might be a good one there. I don't want him back on my team. No thanks. No thanks. The Suns, Jay Humphreys, Sam Bowie, Valentine, Floyd. Not what I'm looking for. What about just Derek Harper? Is it the same sort of people? Byron Scott and a first with Neely. A first and Rob Williams. Okay, let's put, just to see, I can't trade Chambers, no. I could trade Rambis, who's not playing. Is anybody like mad about not playing? Rambis is not super happy. I could trade Rambis, potentially. Let's just try that, see what that gets me. Because if Kurt Rambis gets me at first, then I can just go sign somebody almost as good as him, then why not? Preferably not a good team like the Jazz. And Keeling was actually on my team last year. Lakers, Pistons aren't very good right now. The Rockets were bad. They were like the second pick last time I looked. Not sure about Billy McKinney. I'd rather just not take a player back, I guess. Sonics, Blazers, Warriors. Alright, the only other thing I was going to see, Marquise Johnson, I was getting good trade offers for him. He's worth more money, so it might be different people. It looks like it is different people. Norm Nixon. Oh my gosh, Daryl Griffiths on the screen. They are the same overall. Griffiths scores a lot more. He does have a 3-year deal. Potentially 4, so it ends up kind of what the deal I was potentially going to offer Marquise Johnson. Detlef Schrempf, who will be so his team option's coming up. So he's got 2 more years of his deal, his rookie deal. That's an interesting one. I'd rather have a pick because I don't necessarily need Thorpe, Short, Larry Nance. Alright, let's do just Rambus. Well, first, let me look to see, are there still good free agents that will sign with me? Yes, there are. So I could easily replace Rambus with like a Larry Smith or a Mo Lucas or Roy Henson, somebody like that. Wouldn't be a problem. Jeff Turner's here too. I just saw him last night. I went to the Pacers Magic game, and he is the TV analyst for the Magic. He's super tall. Okay, so I'm curious if Rambus can get me a pick on his own. Does anybody have a roster spot they're willing to... Well, the Lakers and Mavericks. The Mavericks would be a better bet to be bad by then. The Pistons, I mean, they've not been impressive, and Isaiah's the only one that's still young, I think, of that team. So the Pistons, it's a 1990 pick. I was hoping to move up into 87, but that doesn't seem possible unless I go select some of the teams, which I can also try. Let's go by all. So the Nets, Rockets, Jazz, Cavs. And I guess I could try the Bulls and all their nonsense. What would it take for the Bulls to trade their picks? The Nets were also there. Nets. Oh no, Patrick Ewing. No, thank you. I said the Jazz. That cannot be traded. I think I said the Cavs. No, thank you. The Bulls. The Knicks is there. Johnson and Harper. Ooh, so that's top 3 protected. If it goes to 4th, it's mine. If it's in the top 3, then I get 88 unprotected, and that's assuming the Knicks still won't be that good. But they'd be pairing a top draft pick with Bernard King. That one's interesting. The Nuggets also are not good. Dale Ellis. There's also Derek Harper. So that one's unprotected. And the Bulls actually aren't that good. It's kind of the same general trades. Who else did I say? The Rockets. That cannot be traded. Let's see what the Pistons do. Dunleavy. So that's a swap. Is that a good one for me? No. That is a bad one for me. I always forget which way it goes. Dale Ellis, I just signed him. Drazen, I'm not ready to send him out. Nymphius is another guy I could trade. So that's a swap again, out of my favor. So let's go back here. And what if I do a swap best and let's do Nymphius. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do a swap best. Let's just do unprotected. Nymphius for a first. I kind of just feel like I should take advantage of the fact I can sign anybody for the minimum. Why wouldn't I trade people that aren't playing for future picks and just replace them with people? Might hurt my chemistry, you could argue. The Bulls, I think with their 3 draft picks, they'll be good by then. So I would want to take their pick this year and nothing else. The Jazz are interesting. Pistons, 89. Rockets. I guess I didn't try just Nympheus either. The Lakers, 88. Pistons. Like, I feel like that one wouldn't be too terrible. The Spurs, lottery protected. They might be good by then. Suns, Sonics, Warriors. Who did the Sonics have? Let's go look. So they still have Sigma for a couple more years. They're not bad. Oh, I hate that you have to back all the way out. Alright, I still have an Nympheus. What if I do Nympheus and Rambus? Well, nobody's going to be able to give me anything. Michael Adams at a first. Adams doesn't have any stars, so I'm guessing his potential's shot. 88. What if I add my first? It would seem silly to me to not trade Derek Harper. It's just like I see why teams struggle at the deadline. He likely won't re-sign with my team. Unless I overpay him, I guess. But he's a very key part of my team. And I'm looking to win a championship. So, is there anybody else down here that could be traded for a pick? Lakers are willing to give a first-round pick. Pistons are willing to give a first-round pick. Blazers. All right. One thing before I trade away these people. Sorry, it's not one thing. It's just another thing, I guess, is who is training. Because Rambus, yeah. Rambus is training Ewing. He's not going to get that one. It doesn't look like he'll get to silver on that one. So he's not doing much for Ewing at all. So we could get rid of that. Who's the other guy I was looking at trading? It looks like he's not doing anything. Nympheus. So, all right. The Pistons were one. We're going to get rid of Rambus first. We don't want the Lakers pick because they'll still be good, likely. The Mavericks could be bad by then. They have Mark Aguirre and a bunch of other big guys, like mediocre big guys. The Pistons could be bad by then. The Suns, I looked at the Supersonics. The Blazers are going to be amazing. The Warriors have Dantley. I don't want a fake guy. So it seems like the Pistons or the Mavericks. Let me look at the Pistons. So this is 1990, and we're about to go to the 87 draft. So 3 years from now, Isaiah Thomas could not be on the team. Really, all these guys could be off the team. They have nobody. Hot Rod might be on the team. So it could be a totally different team. I think it's worth the risk. Because even if they keep a lot of these people, they'll be 30 years old, other than Isaiah. And they've been relatively disappointing recently. So we'll see if I can steal anything else from them here. Second and 89. Let's see here. We like what we have. Do you, though? All right, the Clippers 88 for their 89. I don't know. The Clippers might be... Swap best, no thanks. We like what we have. Anything? 90 for Utah, well, they're terrible, so I'd rather keep that. And now they're giving me a fake guy. Okay. We've got to try that again. He's still selected. Did I click that one? I did, didn't I? Was there anything close? Nympheus and a swap? No, that's not what I want. I'd honestly rather trade Rambus for their 87. Is that possible? So we're swapping, San Antonio pick, and I'm getting a first. Okay, that doesn't sound terrible, because Rambus for the 90 was what already popped up, right? That's what I was going to do originally. So now this is even better, because if the Pistons are worse than the Spurs, I will get the Pistons pick instead this year. Okay, thank you. Thank you, let's do this. Alright, we traded Ewing's mentor, but hopefully he's okay. Let's make sure. He still seems very, very happy. He's got 3 smiley faces. Good job. Alright, so that's Rambus. Now, so there's that. I still have my pick. I don't remember if I've clicked just it. I guess I have. There's the Bucks. Does it get me a player now? Well, like a reasonably good player. No. Alright, now we trade Nympheus. Probably for another pick. I guess I could put the pick with him and see. There's the Lakers again. The Mavericks did not show up. That's unfortunate. That was the other pick I was looking for. The Spurs 89. The Suns I didn't really look at. Did I? They signed short to a 1-year deal. I didn't even realize that. They just signed John Drew as well to a minimum deal. So they don't have a very good team either. So 91 unprotected sounds pretty good to me. Again, they could be completely different by then. I really don't want a fake guy. So let's go see what it would take just to take, well, let's try this year's for now. Nope. What about the next year? Oh, no. Whoops. It was a 91. Dunleavy and a swap not in my favor. Oh, no. Okay, well, let's try Nympheus and the first that I have and see what happens. Bucks are pretty good. Celtics are good. Clippers, I think, are decent. The Rockets are not good, but have a lot of young pieces and will likely get a good pick in this draft, so I think they will be good by then. The Warriors could not be, but I think I could get that pick even without my first, right? Is that one of the ones that popped up? 89, top 10 protected. That might be as good as we get. Dantley will still be on the team by then, but probably a little worse. And it's hard to say who else they'll have. 89. A lot of these guys will be a little worse, but could also be off the team. Let's see if they'll take, or if they'll give me this year's. Okay. Okay. They say no. Next year's. Okay. My Utah lottery protected. So that's one where I'm counting on it being a really good one in 89 for their 89 top 10 protected. I don't think so. Let's do unprotected here. They say no. And 90. Second for a fake guy. How many seconds do I have here? Could I trade them a second? I could trade them a second. I guess I could also try a trade finder with that. Sorry guys, it's taking a little longer than I imagined it would. Let's just put a second with him. I kind of want to, if that gives me any other options for a first. It's not looking like it. The Pistons again? Do they want to trade with me again? The Spurs. I really don't want a fake guy, guys. I wonder if they're doing that just because I'm under the minimum. So that's the same pick I was already getting, I think. If I add my other second, does that do anything? Do you guys want another half a star? There are different people showing up. There's a Lakers first again, Pistons, Sonics unprotected. That was not unprotected before. Now the Warriors is top 3 protected. I feel like I'd rather get the Sonics. Yeah, that looks more enticing to me. Get rid of that guy. Let's see what they say to this. A second for a fake guy, no thanks. What if I add one of your seconds? Then you want to give me another fake guy. It's a swap best, and I give you the Nuggets. No thanks. What if you just give me the swap best? No thanks. Okay. And last thing we'll try is that one. Ed Neely for a fake guy. No thanks. What about... Oh... Sonics. They don't have their first this year. Swap best, Petrovic. There's Nympheus. And a second for the 89. I feel like later would actually be better with this team. So can you give me something very similar? Yeah, like that. And then we just take these off, please. I'll give you my second. How about that? What? Way too many players at center, but you would have done it before? How many centers do you have? You do have 4 centers. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. The other team I was looking at was the Warriors. The Blazers are a no-go. The Suns kind of made sense. Were they willing to do it? I have to take a player from them. That's the problem with them. They have a full team. Alrighty. The Spurs showed up, but who knows how good they'll be. The Rockets, I think, are going to get better. The Nuggets, there's no chance of getting their picks, it looks like. The Nets are terrible, right? That said a star and a half, so... That's 4 stars. I wonder if it's because they have so few real people. Like, it's anything I give them is an upgrade to their team. Did they lose a real person? Didn't I say they had 6? Oh, I thought this was Rich Kelly, the center. Nope. So they only have 5 real people. Oh boy. 88 first is a 3-star. If I can get any pick from the Nets, let's try 90. 2-star. What if I give you that? And that? No. Okay, well that 91 then, that was a 1.5 stars. I doubt I can take anything with it, but... What? Okay, give you that. What about... Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Do you want a sooner one? Oh, that's first. Clippers. Darn, I thought it was going to happen. Alright, well eventually I'm going to get to the All-Star break here tonight. I think. Can I just click that? Will they... Ed Neely and my first? I mean, I could trade my first. I guess that's one option. Dunleavy. Okay, who else was I looking at? I was looking at the teams, wasn't I? For bad teams, that could be a trade partner. Mavericks do have some young guys, I guess. The Knicks look pretty terrible. Ed Neely. Swap best, that's the wrong way for me. Kings, wow. They've got young guys, so a lot of them are going to go up. The Jazz are not looking so great. Swap best, no. Nympheus, that's who I'm trying to trade. Can we get rid of Shasky? What's the pick I have from them? It's 88 lottery protected, so we'll probably go to 89 based on their record right now. Which means I don't have an 88 pick. I just realized that. That's not good. So this would give me another 90, or no, 91, and I don't have anything but my own. So they actually value him more. I cannot get any of the other firsts, so can I get some seconds? Oh my gosh, does it say invalid? It sure does. They have a full team. That's why they were giving me Shasky. Oh, Reggie Johnson. He already got traded once, I think. These guys were on my team last year. Or Keeling. Yeah, 3 of these guys were on my team. Walker, Keeling, and Nevitt. I could get Nevitt just as trade, I guess. Or to make the trade go through. I'm just going to see what seconds I can take. Can I take all of them? Oh, no, not so much. Okay. Counteroffer. They want to swap something. No, they just want to take my first. No, thanks. And they want to give me John Shasky. No, thanks. Okay, that's not looking great. Okay, I think I just take whatever I can from... Is that still clicked? Yeah. I put Nympheus back up. And we go, it was the Warriors, I think I was looking at top 10. It's probably the best I'm going to do. And it wasn't giving me any fake guys or trying to take anybody else from my team. Let's just do it. First round pick for somebody that's not playing. Sounds good to me. See if I can get anything else with it. They want me to trade them there at my first. No thanks. They want my Clippers. I don't know if that's better or worse, but they still want my Clippers. Okay. Now they... Oh my gosh. Can you just give me what I originally wanted? Nympheus. There we go. That's a trade. Boom. Alright, is there anybody else that I should be trading? Dunleavy's not playing. Neely's not playing. Corbin's not playing. He does have some potential. B+. I think I already did this. The Lakers were one that gave me a first. The Blazers. I'm guessing Neely doesn't. Looks like the same actual... No first for a 72 overall. Okay, what about a 70... Oh, he can't be traded. Okay, I think I'm done though. Let's go. We're going to keep Derek Harper. Made that decision. And we're going to sign at least a power forward since I just traded... Or I guess a big guy. It doesn't have to be a power forward. Traded Nympheus and Rambus. We need somebody to replace them. We've got Bob McAdoo here with his experience. Alton Lister, who was on my team, and I traded... I think I got a first-round pick for him as well. But he was, like, impossible to keep happy. Dave Greenwood would be a good fit for my team, but this guy doesn't have to play. So I kind of want to get somebody like a Mo Lucas or McAdoo. We already have Bill Walton, so don't necessarily need McAdoo. Turpin is young. That would be interesting. Does anybody have, like, potential still? Hard to say. I could also take advantage. I have 2 roster spots. I could get somebody... Oh! I just remembered. Del Curry and Jeff Hornacek are here. Can I give them... No, it has to be 1 year. Well, Hornacek fits my team better. Curry has more potential. I don't know what these numbers are. 11 and 12. I think I have to use a spot on one of them. It doesn't really replace the positions I just traded. But how do I not consider that? It doesn't give me bird rights. It doesn't really give me much of an advantage, I guess, to sign them here. I don't think it makes them restricted. I don't know. Maybe I do that just to see. Let's give Jeff Hornacek, since Derek Harper might be leaving, let's give Jeff Hornacek a contract. And now a big guy. I'm thinking maybe Lucas. B+ rebounding. B inside D. He might also be able to do some... Would Lucas or McAdoo have more of a chance of doing mentoring for Patrick Ewing? Let's see. McAdoo, 48%. He actually played a lot for the Lakers last year. Per 36, 22. He shoots a lot, which is interesting. Lucas also shot well, played quite a bit for the Suns. I think I'm going to get Bob McAdoo. They're same overall. Okay. Come on, Bob. All right. So, position-wise, I didn't need Hornacek. Well, I had an extra big guy. Oh, okay, that did work out perfectly then. Oh, it's because I signed Chambers after I traded away Carter, so that actually worked out well. Let's fix Hornacek's number. 14, preferably. There we go. McAdoo was supposed to be 11. What else was he in his career? Let's find out. He was 11 and 21. Well, Harper's 11. Let's go with 21. I don't know what team that was. He was on the Pistons? Looks like, maybe? Or the Nets? I don't know. Alright. Beautiful. Now let's go see if Bobby can help Mr. Ewing. Bob. He can. Probably want those. Looks like maybe Playmaker's the only one he'll actually get by the end of the year, but it's okay. Is there anybody that can help Jeff Hornacek? Is Dunleavy already helping somebody? Yes, he's helping Petrovic. Seems like he would be the only guy. Because Hornacek's already 23. Okay. Rotation-wise, I don't think anything changes because I only traded people not in my rotation. We're going to let Bob be up here as kind of my extra backup there. I think, yeah, trading totally screws up the rotation, so I'm glad I just looked at that. All right. It says Marquise Johnson should only play 24 minutes. I'm not sure why. Is he hurting? His fatigue is, maybe he's about to get hurt. Does he not have stamina anymore? It says 98, so, and his durability is 94, so I don't know. Maybe he needs a rest day. That's not going to happen. Okay, now are we ready to finally get to the All-Star break? We've got 4 games. We've been delaying this for a while now. Let's get through this week. We already made some offers, so no. Beat the Bullets by 16. Barkley has not done well against me. His points have gone up again. He's getting 10 rebounds as well. He fouled out in 20 minutes. All right, Ewing, Johnson. Be interesting to see if McAdoo gets to play any. Probably only will if there is a foul out or an injury. Beat the Rockets by 31. Rodman 1 for 6. Whoa, Chambers 0 for 5. Not a good outing for those guys, but whooped on the Rockets. Looks like maybe Dumars is starting again. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, good. Smart idea, guys. Are the All-Star teams named already? Yes. So I'm just going to go on through here, I guess to here. Oh, third loss. Come on. Alright, let's get... Is there not another center? I thought there was another center. I guess not. Okay. Grandison's real. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I guess we've almost scouted all the real people already. I think I have 29 real people in this class. Oh, Dougley's not done yet. Okay, then I guess we just go down the list here, and any of the fake people, we're going to be scouting a lot of fake people the rest of the year. Alright, well, we lost to the Hawks, so 38-3 at the All-Star break. We will take it. Again, I want to say I was 34-7 last year, so that's an improvement. Lost by 3, so another close loss. All 3 losses have been close, 8 or fewer points. Don't see Sabonis, so he must be hurt. Didn't have anybody score 20. Kellogg fouled out with 9 points. Ewing only had 12, so just a bad combination of games for people here. Ellis had 4 points. Not good. Let's go see what All-Stars happened. So no more trades. I was really the only deadline trades. Gene Banks is hurt, so that means probably more minutes for Karl Malone. Ewing and Kellogg still in the MVP race. For some reason, Williams... What about this puts Williams ahead of Sabonis? His 2 more assists? That outweighs 2 points, 1 rebound, and over a block? I don't think I agree with that. Field goal percentage? No. 43 to 48? No. I don't get it. I guess it won't matter because neither of them is going to get Rookie of the Year. It's going to be Len Bias, looks like. 6th man. Derek Harper's still there. Patrick Ewing's leading the way, defensive player. Ewing's still in it for most improved. Player of the week, Kellogg got it this last week. Cool. Dantley's got it a couple times with his new team. Still haven't got a player of the month yet. I'm hoping to do that this year. Alright, All-Star participants. No starters, but John Stockton did make it. So I am hoping there will be 3. Come on, Ewing's got to be in it, but either Kellogg or Johnson. That starting lineup is killer, though. Thomas, Jordan, Bird, Wilkins, and Moses. Whew. So Moncrief, Stockton, King, Ewing's there, Parrish. Yeah! I'm not sure I've ever seen it before. 4 All-Stars on 2K without, like, pure cheating. That's pretty cool to put together this team and get 4 All-Stars. They're all backups, but hey, whatever. So Johnson made the All-Star team when? He did the year I traded for him, I remember that. He did last year too. Okay, so I did have 2 All-Stars last year. So he's made it just straight since 1983. Kellogg now 2 in a row. Ewing, this is his first. And Stockton with his first. So hopefully Stockton and Ewing will have just a huge run of All-Star games. Yeah, this season's been amazing. Ewing's doing amazing. Stockton's doing great. Kellogg's shooting amazing. Johnson's, yeah, I mean, his scoring's dropped, but he doesn't need to score anymore. So in the West, Magic and Worthy, Dantley, Aguirre, they've got a super small starting lineup. Where is Akeem Olajuwon? Why is he not starting? They've got Cummings, Kiki. They just have a small team in general. These are like the only two big guys. Kiki's 6'8". Huh. Alright, dunk contest. Looks like a fun one. Oh my. I said that before I saw Karl Malone in it. I don't know that Karl Malone's really a dunk contest type dunker. But okay. Could be interesting. 3-point. I do have Derek Harper in it. Bird might have been in it every year so far. I'm not sure. Mullen gets in there. We've got a fake guy for the first time, I think. I wish you could replace people, but you can't. Dominique doesn't quite make much sense. He's shooting a good percentage. He doesn't shoot that many of them, though. Rookies, or well, the rookies, sophomores combined here. We should hopefully have Ewing, and I don't know that Rodman's playing enough to get it. We do have Ewing. I'm going to replace Greg Rush with a real person. Looks like maybe Harold Keeling. Looks like there's a lot of guys not playing, so Keeling's played the most and scored the most, so there you go. I just don't like fake guys getting awards. So unfortunately no Rodman. I'm guessing he's... So there's a lot more big guys to choose from. Yeah, Rodman's not even close, minutes-wise. I will just trust them with all the other selections. That's good stuff. So voting-wise, we had 4th and 5th, and Harper was even moving up to 9th. And then in the backcourt, 5th and 6th. So they all were kind of on the cusp of making it, and they all did. That's pretty cool. All right, we can check out the mock draft here. So the Nets now have the worst record. David Robinson going to New Jersey? Question mark. Pippen, Jackson. So we've got the Bulls now with 4th, 7th, and 8th. Again, they have them getting 2-point guards. I don't understand the logic there, but okay. Who was it? The Pistons? That was I think the best of pick, I believe. Let me go see. Oh, I can't see it anymore. Dang it. Or maybe I can see it here. So 87 swap worst with Detroit. Yes. So I get the best of the two that are currently almost back to back. So if the Pistons stay worse than the Spurs, then I get this pick. So it would help me move up too. Not a total waste. And then unfortunately, I still have my pick, but that will likely be traded somehow. Standings. Sixers are 8 games back. We have the Bulls making the playoffs if it started now. Knicks, Cavs, Nets outside. In the West, you've got the Rockets, Jazz, Nuggets, Warriors working their way. It's really, nobody's completely ruled out of the West. Rockets and Jazz probably aren't making it. You've got the Lakers leading the way. Mavs and Blazers close behind. Let's look at my stats here real quick. 7 guys averaging 12 points or more. Not sure I've done that either without injuries happening. The fact that Dell Ellis missed 2 games and Bill Walton missed 2 games. That's the extent of my injuries so far. Hopefully no jinx there. Cool stuff. Rebounds. 4 guys averaging over 5. Assists, Stockton is averaging 2 more than he did last year. Getting a steal and a half again. Blocks. Marquise Johnson's getting a block. Everybody's shooting crazy good percentage. Ewing's shooting the most, which makes sense. Kellogg and Johnson are close. Then Ellis. 3-point percentage, or 3 points attempted. Ellis should be shooting lots more than anybody else, but it's really hard. His tendency's, I think, 99? 99, and he's shooting 1.6 per game. It's kind of neat, I guess, that they altered it to be more realistic for back then, but it should still be possible to get people to shoot more. Because Dale Ellis definitely shot more than that. Ewing's getting 5 free throws a game. Alright, let's see if there's anything crazy happening league leader-wise. Minutes per game, Worthy is playing the most. It's also the most of his career. Points-wise, we got Dominique averaging 30 and a half. Dantley and his new team, he's loving it. Griffith is averaging more. Something's happening to Magic Johnson where he's scoring a lot more. Rebounds, we got 9 guys with 10 or more. Barkley's up there, Malone. Charles Oakley, in his second year, getting 9 points, 11 rebounds, shooting a terrible percentage. Assists, Magic's 1 above Stockton. We got 5 guys with 10 or more. Steals, quite a few people getting 2 steals a game. Michael Jordan leading the way. Kind of cool. Still shooting 60%. Ewing leading the league in blocks per game. Donaldson's hurt. Olajuwon's up here. John Sally, as a rookie, is he starting for them? He started half the games. Turnovers. Thankfully, I don't see my guys. Fouls. Drexler, Scott, Worthy. Some pretty big names up here. Barkley, Malone. Field goal percentage, Dominique is just ridiculous. Worthy. So all those cutters. Wow. John Stockton, I just saw 59%. Shooting the most, Dominique, Dantley, Griffith. 3-point percentage. Chris Mullen shooting 67%. How many has he shot? He's 26 of 39. What a crazy percentage. What is his attribute? He's 82 with them, so not like amazing. Okay. Who's shooting the most? So 2 is Daryl Griffith. It's just really hard to get people to shoot him in this era. Free throw percentage, Michael Jordan's up near the top. Free throws attempted, Magic Johnson's getting to the line the most. And the last thing I want to look at is team stats to see where I sit. I'm scoring the most in the league. I'm allowing the least in the league. Well, that'll win you a lot of games if you have the best offense and the best defense. Lakers are also winning by 10 points per game, but I'm at 17. I'm shooting the most shots in the game. I'm shooting the best percentage. I'm shooting the most threes. Not the best percentage, but second. I'm actually in the bottom half of free throws attempted and free throw percentage. My offensive rebound percentage is first. My defensive rebound percentage is first, which puts me first in rebounds, first in assists. Steals, I'm in the middle, looks like. Blocks, I'm in 7th. Turnovers, barely leading the league in that. Fouls, also leading by 1 foul. Points off turnovers, I'm not so great at. Second chance points, I'm 9th. Points in the paint, I'm 7th. Bench points, I'm in the middle. I'm not so good at bench point percentage. Opponent field goals, I'm in the top, 7? 3 points attempted against me, not very many. I don't allow a great percentage. All right. Well, that'll do it. I mean, that's a that's a lot of good league leading team stats. All right, let me just go ahead and get through here, and then that'll be our stopping point for tonight. Sophomores beat the rookies, even though that's not really what they were. This is the rookies, so McDaniel and Bias had 20 points. So Patrick Ewing was on the winning team, and it looks like he probably was the MVP of the game, 23 and 9. Cool. Slam dunk contest winners Drexler, 3-point contest John Sunvold. And the East wins by 15. So the East team with 4 All-Stars gets the victory. There was like no scoring in the fourth quarter. They decided to D it up. So here's the West. Kiki was very efficient in his 11 minutes. Drexler not so good down there after winning the slam dunk contest. And in the East, let's see who the MVP would have been. Well, Bird didn't shoot very well. Ewing did have 19 rebounds. There's not really somebody who stood out a lot. Does it go to the leading scorer, Dominique? Jordan had 3 steals. It also says there were a combined 69 free throws in the game. That would be a super boring All-Star game. So Johnson did not play very much, but scored 11 points. Kellogg shot amazing. Ewing had a good game, and Stockton decent as well. Didn't make a shot, but got to the line. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even 8.7 rebounds, 4 blocks. That could be MVP. Hard to say. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in once again. I'm not sure when I'll sign back on to do the second half of this year, but it's pretty cool to see a 38 and 3 start, I must say. So, thanks for your time. Hopefully you are entertained. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to see more of, just let me know. Happy to make improvements. So until next time, Shoe Shack Redemption signing out.